Have you ever listened to someone sharing about what God has done or is doing in their life and thought, wow, if God can do that for them, then He can do it for me too? A testimony spurs us on to believe that God can do in our lives what He has done in the lives of others. In today's episode, we want to listen to the testimony of a man whom God rescued from robbery.
It was a cold evening in Lagos, Nigeria. The bustling city had started to quiet down as night fell, and I was on my way home after a long day at work. Out of nowhere, a group of armed robbers appeared, their faces masked by the shadows of the night. My heart pounded in my chest like a drum, the echo of fear reverberating through my entire body. My mind went blank, my body froze in place, like a deer caught in headlights. They began to rummage through my pockets without a second thought, stripping me of not only my money and valuables, but also my sense of security and peace. The cold wind blew, but nothing felt colder than the icy grip of the despair that took hold of my heart. I was left on the street, stripped of everything I had, and the feeling of helplessness washed over me like a tidal wave. I was consumed by desperation, feeling as though I had hit rock bottom with no way out. However, it was in this moment of utter despair that I remembered something. It was a lesson my mother had instilled in me from a young age, a beacon of hope in the darkest of times. She had always told me to turn to the Lord Jesus in times of need. So, there I was, alone and desperate on the streets of Lagos, with nothing but the clothes on my back and the faith in my heart. I closed my eyes, took a deep breath, and prayed. I prayed for strength, for guidance, and for help. Looking back on that night, I realized the importance of faith and prayer in overcoming adversity. In the face of fear and desperation, it was my faith that provided me with the strength to endure. It was my prayer that guided me through the darkness and led me towards the light. No matter how dire the circumstances, no matter how insurmountable the odds, faith and prayer can provide an anchor, a beacon of hope in the midst of despair. They remind us that we are never alone, that there is always a higher power watching over us, ready to lend a helping hand when we are in need. So remember, when you find yourself in a moment of despair, when all seems lost, turn to your faith. Pray. It may not change the situation immediately, but it will give you the strength to endure, to persevere, and to overcome. Because faith and prayer aren't just about asking for help. They're about finding the strength within ourselves to keep going, no matter what. Remember, faith and prayer are not just our shields in times of adversity, but our swords to fight back with. They are our hope in the face of despair, our strength in the face of weakness, and our guide in the face of uncertainty.